If you ever find yourself playing on one string of the violin and then accidentally hitting the other strings with the bow, which creates sort of a scratchy noise, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Ariadna and this is Mindful Strings, where I help you transform your violin playing with the principles of the Alexander technique, intentional practice, and the Russian school of violin playing. I teach violin full-time in one-on-one lessons in the Boston area at my private studio, and this channel is a free online resource for all of you wanting to learn on your own at home. I'm very excited to announce that very soon I'm going to be opening the doors to my course on how to make beautiful sound on violin called Scratchy to Smooth. If you're interested in getting on the waitlist and learning more about the course, click the link down in the description below. One of the most common complaints that I hear from my students is that when they're trying to play a melody on one string, they're finding their bow leaning in different directions and touching the strings around the string that they're trying to play on. The very simple solution is to know exactly the height of the elbow / the right arm that you need for each string. To figure out what this is, pick up your violin, put the bow on the string, right in the middle of the bow, and look at your arm. I recommend that you use a mirror for this. You want to see a straight line from your fingers to the elbow when you're in the middle of the bow. If your elbow is too high, chances are it'll drag the bow up and you will hit the string to the left. And if your elbow is too low, you're going to hit the string to the right. The easiest place is to start in the middle third of the bow because you will have a little bit more control and you'll be able to kind of stay in this area where you will keep coming back to the place where your arm is straight. Notice that when you go to the lower half of the bow, you're going to see that your wrist is now slightly higher than the hand and the elbow. If you go to the upper half, the wrist will be a little bit lower. There are 7 positions for the arm height on the violin. One for G, one for G and D, if I'm switching quickly between the 2 strings. One for D, A, E, and E. You want to see that straight line in your arm if you are in the middle of the bow. Of course, if you are not playing in the middle of the bow, this is going to be a little bit trickier. But this is a starting point for you so that when you first line yourself up with whatever string you're playing on, the main thing is that you can always come back to the middle and double check where you are. It's very common to raise your shoulder and elbow on the up bow instead of just bending the elbow and letting the wrist and hand follow the shape. So this is something to pay close attention to. You want to make sure that your posture stays neutral, where your neck is upright, your shoulders are not raised and not pulled down. Before you play anything, spend a couple of minutes in front of the mirror just getting used to what this looks and feels like on each string. Find that straight line from the fingers to the elbow and just go ahead and switch positions so that you can watch your shoulder staying neutral while the elbow and the arm change heights. Next, you can play a scale or a simple tune on each string by using the middle third of the bow. And once that becomes more comfortable, you can slowly expand it and then experiment with using the upper half and using the lower half of the bow. I hope this helps. Happy mindful practicing, and I'll see you next time.